no amount of chicken frying will prevent your hands from being slightly oily. The KFC brand, which is well known throughout the world for its finger-licking good chicken made with a special blend of herbs and spices, wasn't always as strong as it is now. Many people's blood, sweat, and tears went into creating the Kentucky Fried Chicken that you are familiar with. Get ready to learn about this chicken cooking restaurant's wild past and present, and its legendary founder. Number 10. A business disagreement becomes a murder. Born in the 1890s, Colonel Sanders grew up in a very different society from the one we live in today. Running a Shell gas station, the Colonel had a problem with a competing gas station owner sneaking out at night and covering the cologne signs with ones directing people to his establishment. The Colonel made the decision to go to his rival's workplace and threatened to kill him if he painted on his signs once more without considerable police assistance. The competitor business owner, not one to be deterred by a small death threat, immediately began painting over the Colonel's signs once more, but this time the Colonel and his employees caught him in the act. Unexpectedly, the man pulled a gun and shot Sanders, killing one of the gas station managers in the process. In retaliation, the Colonel fired at the man himself, but was unable to kill him. The Colonel was free to concentrate on his actual dream, or was it his nightmare, because his rival was currently serving a murder sentence in prison. Number 9. Colonel Sanders hated KFC. Colonel Sanders was 65 years old when KFC started to become well-known and rise in the food industry. He made the decision to sell the business in 1964 for the pitiful sum of $2 million, with a contract dictating that his likeness would continue to be used for the restaurant since he realized he wasn't up to the task at hand. He was 73 at the time. The Colonel experienced a bitterness similar to that of a day-old biscuit shortly after the sale. He started acting out at KFC restaurants, going to conferences to let off steam, and even suing his previous employer while trying to start a new one. Number 8. Thanks to Wendy's, KFC as we know it today is possible. It can be a little unexpected to learn that the brand of KFC only exists today due to Dave Thomas, the creator of the Wendy's fast food chain, even though they aren't precisely seen as competitors since one provides burgers and the other chicken. Thomas advanced through the ranks while working for the Colonel and contributed suggestions for improving the brand. Dave, who was committed to enhancing brand identification, persuaded the Colonel to appear in television advertisements, to paint his stores the distinctive red and white, and, possibly most significantly, to design the KFC bucket. Dave Thomas was sent out into the field to work directly on launching franchises since he was so skilled at his profession. Number 7. KFC has a sexy dating game. Since the Colonel's passing more than 3 decades ago, the company has been exploring for fresh approaches to diversify its advertising. KFC's marketing department produced a free-to-play game that included the Colonel, or at least a very beautiful and macho version of the chicken guy, in an effort to appear modern and with it. In contrast to most video games created to advertise a game or product, I Love You, Colonel Sanders has stood the test of time with a virtually perfect rating and stellar reviews. Number 6. The Colonel was a bit of a jerk to women. You'd think the Colonel would be a little more understanding of folks who are a little more generous given that he popularized fried chicken and made drinkable amounts of gravy. One such incident happened at a fan gathering. The Colonel met visitors who had traveled specially to see him, and he took pictures and signed autographs with them. This includes a lot of the female admirers of the Colonel and his obese chicken. Even as he met the women and signed autographs, he couldn't help but notice how obese everyone was. Number 5. KFC releases its own console. What avenues might KFC explore now that their free-to-play dating game has achieved unexpected success in order to make the most of their fan base? Nobody would have imagined a gaming console that also fried chicken to a fine golden crisp while you played, thus we would infer that you looked it up. The KF console was announced in 2020, but as of the time this list was written, it had yet not been launched. However, all reports appear to concur that it is a real product that will eventually go on sale. How risk-free is it to prepare chicken while losing yourself in a game? Is a console even capable of withstanding the intense heat required to cook food? Time will only tell. Number 4. We don't deserve nice things, KFC shows. Some individuals believed that the KF console was really an oddly timed joke. A wonderful bit of promotional material surrounding the launch of new consoles. The KFC donut sandwich, which is somehow much worse than the Double Down, is then available to you from KFC. Although it resembles a typical chicken sandwich, this version has the chicken sandwich between 2 full glazed donuts. Number 3. When KFC ran out of chicken, we may soon have to confront the scary reality of going to the shop and not being able to find basic supplies due to concerns about a global food crisis. However, in 2018, a straightforward attempt to reduce costs by switching delivery services resulted in KFC stores in the United Kingdom going absolutely without chicken for a considerable amount of time. As a result, they were obliged to close all of its locations nationwide or ask customers if they would prefer a KFC meal without chicken. Number 2. KFC no longer uses risky chicken. 2016 has long since passed. While standing in line to lick doorknobs, people coughed into their hands and gave each other high fives. Up until that point, all but KFC of the major chicken slinging companies had agreed to entirely discontinue using human antibiotics in their birds. Even though they were required by law to refrain from using antibiotics to make their fowl bigger, they approved the use of certain of them as recently as 2017, a full year after requests to end the practice completely. Number 1. KFC Trinidad tweeted a few insensitive things. Fried chicken is a favorite of all. It's funny that there is such a pervasive racial stereotype that black people specifically adore fried chicken since it's a dish that really can't be done wrong. The local KFC shop felt it appropriate to honor Emancipation Day in Trinidad, a celebration created to commemorate the end of slavery in that nation, by designing a graphic of a piece of fried chicken casting a shadow of a black power fist on the wall behind it. As soon as it was posted, there were immediate complaints of tone-deaf racism. KFC later removed it and apologized, but the harm had already been done. I really do hope you liked this video. We'll have more videos soon. Keep in touch, people. Please leave a comment below if you have any requests or suggestions for videos I should do. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and share it.